Hello, dear friends, how are you? Habits, habits, and habits. The habits make us, and the habits destroy us as well. It depends on the habits we have developed or we are developing. But believe me, nothing is more beneficial than the good habits, and nothing is more destructive, more lethal than the bad habits. It is extremely important to somehow identify the bad habits and get rid of it before it is too late. Before a bad habit destroys us completely, rescue yourself, bail yourself out of all that. And that is what we are going to talk about. What is the right way, the more effective way to get out of the bad habits? So let's begin. First of all, it is understanding your habits. Understand your habit. That is the segment number one, having 2 points in it. Number one, it is identify, recognize the bad habit you want to change. It is identify, recognize the bad habit you want to change. Now, the second point here is that is identifying and recognizing the triggers. What trigger you toward that bad habit? And it is determine determine the situations and determine the emotions or determine the people that trigger you your bad habit. It is the trigger. And determine the situations, determine the emotions, determine the people that trigger your bad habit. So now it is about understanding your bad habit and identifying the trigger. Now break the habit loop. Now it is the break the habit loop, breaking the habit cycle. And how can it be done? There are three simple ways to do that. Number one, it is the number one thing is awareness, and become mindful of your thoughts. Become mindful of your thoughts and your feelings and your actions when you engage in the bad habits. It is the awareness. Become mindful of your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions when you engage in the bad habits. That is the number one thing while we are trying to break the habit loop. Number two, it is that is interrupt interrupt the habit loop by doing something different when you feel the trigger. It is interrupt the habit loop, the habit pattern, by doing something different when you feel the trigger. Number three, it is that is replace the bad habit with a healthier alternative. So there are 3 points. Let me repeat very quickly. Break the habit loop. Number one, awareness. Become mindful of your thoughts, your feelings and your actions when you engage in the bad habit. Number two, it is interrupt. Interrupt the habit loop by doing something different when you feel the trigger. Number three, replace the bad habit with a healthier alternative. Now, moving forward, that is about the strategies to help you overcome. Now, the third segment says, what are the strategies to help you overcome a bad habit? And there are five strategies for that. There are five strategies for that. Number one, it is set clear goals. Setting off clear goals, and it is define what you want to achieve and set specific measurable goals. Setting off clear goals, and it is define what you want to achieve. Defining what you want to achieve and set specific measurable goals as well. So that is the strategy number one to help achieve overcome the bad habit. The second strategy is create an environment, and it is creating an environment for success. It is eliminate or limit the triggers. Eliminating or limiting the trigger and create an environment that support your new habit. It is create an environment for success. Eliminate or limit triggers and create an environment that supports your new habit. Now, the third strategy to overcome the bad habit is it is track progress, tracking of progress, and it is monitor your progress, monitor your progress, celebrate small wins. Monitor your progress, celebrate small wins, and learn from the setbacks as well. Now, the fourth strategy to overcome the bad habit is it is seeking of support. Seek support. Share your struggles with a friend. Sharing of your struggles with a friend or with a family member and asking for their support. It is seeking of support and share your struggles with a family member or with a friend for the purpose of seeking their support. And the fifth and last strategy to overcome a bad habit is it is about practice self-compassion. Practicing self-compassion. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself when you slip up and don't give up at all. Be kind to yourself when you slip up and don't give up. So that is practicing self-compassion. These are the five effective strategies to overcome a bad habit. Now remember, please remember the three things. Number one, it takes a time, effort, and patience to overcome a bad habit. The second thing to remember is it's a process. Don't expect to change overnight, but instead focus on progress, not the perfection at all. The third thing to remember is that celebrate small wins. Acknowledge and celebrate small victories along the way to stay motivated. Not to wait for the major victory at all. Acknowledge and celebrate small victories along the way to celebrate, along the way to stay motivated. So that was a highly beneficial talk indeed, because each one of us have the bad habits, one or the other, and we need to break the bad habit before it consumes us, before it destroys us, before it swallows us. So that is all from me today. Thank you very much.